and we're going to get into it. I'm going to start off with Trisha because you asked, and why not? We're going to do that. The way that it's going to run for everyone, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to try my best to remember this is going to be recorded. So don't think you need to take all the notes and remember all the things while you're on, because you can watch it back. But also for everybody who is getting an audit, I have created a Word document that I'm going to share with all of you. So while I'm doing it, I'm going to take some notes as well and have like your action steps in there for you ladies. So we are going to start with Trisha. And so what I'm going to start with actually is your Instagram, but one sec, let me get into, okay. So the notes, so the notes that Trisha has, so I ask everyone questions, basically, like what's your vision? Who are you trying to attract? What do you want to do with your social media? All these things. So it helps me really just dive in that you reach these goals. This is for everybody. So with Trisha, she's attracting women or moms who are taking care of the kids, want a passionate business to keep the romance alive in the relationships, being a mom first, creating business in between all the other things. The vibe is sensual, classy, sophisticated, a woman who has it all. Is cozy, elegant. Yes. I want them to see that it's possible, that they can have it all: joy, passion, celebration. You don't have to be hustle and work yourself to death, having nothing left for you. Okay, so let's look at your Instagram first. So the first thing, and this is for everybody to know, and I did say this in one of the trainings, is this part, and when you edit it, it's called your name. This part is important to have key terms, because it can, when people are searching certain things, these things come up. So it does life coach and astrologer right now. You can like nod because I don't see comments, yes or no. Does that capture what you do? That looks like a very
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you can go on. You can take yourself off mute so then we can talk. So what are you? Are you what transformation do you get women? Is it business?
No. I mean, that's a result. They do, but they get personal power. Like they get a sense of belonging, a sense of their own power, like and their own connection to themselves.
Okay.
Which then shifts everything externally.
Right. So before we even, so let's go deeper. I help women embrace their inner goddess, unleash their inner vixen, and live a life filled with pleasure and ease. Message me for details. So I get that. Like I get it, but there's no actual result in there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because if I read that, I'd be like, ooh, like that sounds fun, but like, what does that mean? Yeah. Like to some women might say, oh yeah, I want that. But some women need to feel like, okay, what does this mean for me though? If I get those things, what does this mean for my life? So the first thing, and we're cleaning up like an I am statement or I help statement can take it can be tedious. So what I'm going to do is put this in here, and we could think of so you help women embrace their inner goddess, unleash. So you help women feel sexier, feel more feminine, feel all these things. To me, though, that makes more sense than inner goddess, inner vixen. So using maybe terms like that, I help women feel, sexier, that type of thing, which then leads to what?
More romance. Confidence. There's confidence involved. There's a fieriness that they get, like a fierce, like the fierce feminine power, like that.
So do you work with any woman, or are you only working with entrepreneurs?
I have just entrepreneurs or people who are in the process of leaving their entrepreneurship and are 9 to 5 and going to. So it's basically for startups.
Okay.
Like that are just transitioning, or like, what do I want to do? Like finding their purpose. So it's purpose, passion, and play. But yeah.
Purpose, passion, and play. I need to write this down. Is that somewhere in your branding?
It's not, but I've been playing with it because that's truly
That could be a
like I have,
program.
like connection, freedom, and belonging. But all of that comes from like truly figuring out their purpose, their passion, and their play, and it's all tied to their partners, their kids, right? Playing, and then the passion is with their partner, and then their business is part of their purpose. So
If you're attracting women who are building businesses, I would say something like, I help women find their purpose, passion, and I help women find their purpose, passion, and play to help them build the business of their dreams, because that's really the end result. Because you're helping women essentially tap into like feminine energy.
Yes.
Which is going to help their business grow.
Yes.
That's the end result.
Yes. Yes.
So
they all make more money. And I know like that is the result, no matter what they're doing, like the money shows up for sure. Good money.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're also reaching out to the women who are going to be attracted to you are also entrepreneurs who really want to embrace like that feminine vibe, the goddess vibe, that sexy vibe, right?
Right.
So you could word it in two different ways, and an Instagram bio, like you can take what we talk about tonight and think about it. It's not like detrimental, but you're attracting people in two different ways. Like one, I'm a business coach, but we're going to focus not necessarily on Instagram and how to do this and this. We're focusing on your vibe and your energy. So you feel good, and then you show up in your business better. And you're also attracting women who want to feel sexier, like that's the top of their mind, who are also running businesses. And then all of a sudden, because they're working on their energy and their vibe, their business success is going to grow because maybe they're stuck in masculine and they've lost the feminine. So you can talk about this in your messaging in two different ways.
Yeah, I like the vibe. Yes.
Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. So we'll play with your Instagram bio and post in the group if you want like help with that, or like come up with a few different ones, and we'll see what the group says and what I say for feedback of what feels good. Like just this doesn't lead to a result.
Yes. Yeah.
And we want people to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to get here by doing what? Okay. So we'll clean that up. So then it makes sense. Like, oh, I would reach out because I want this result. And it doesn't always have to lead back. You don't always have to say money. I know money is like, everyone wants more money, right? But like, we could say that about everything. I help fitness people get more money. People are like, oh yeah, sign me up. Like people are attracted to like business results. I help women do this so they can get the business results of their dreams, or whatever you want to say. Because that's a result that people want. Build their business, start their business, scale their business, whatever. So life coach and astrologer doesn't really fit then, does it?
No.
You could be like a biz and a business. You're a business and what?
And vibe. It's really about the vibe that they're.
Okay, but what's vibe? I know I use the word all the time, but I'm a vibe coach. I'm a like help you get your vibe, like right. So I like what are the I'm so business. It could almost be business, and I want to say feminine energy, business and something meant business and what feminine energy coach mentor doesn't make sense. Business and what's feminine. The like, because you're not just business. But I would use the word business to attract women in business, but I want to attract the energy, the women, the feminine energy. Sexuality coach. Are you coaching women in their sexuality? Because that feels like something that is searchable and there are coaches, sexuality coaches, business and sexuality coach. I would play with that.
Yeah.
Because
it's something.
Life coach and astrologer does not make sense for what we're going
That's so funny because it's like the businesswoman who wears like the really sexy lingerie underneath like the business suit, right? You know, they have that vibe underneath that's magnetic.
Oh, okay.
Seductive.
So is
seductive?
This,
maybe it's
pardon? Seductive. That's you. You could go buy like now I'm picturing new branding for you, like a trench coat, and it's like the lingerie underneath it all, right? But really though, that we've got to embody who we want to attract.
Yeah.
So does this conversation help how you can clean up this to make it more clear to a result, and then we can play with what I would say use business and sexuality coach, business and what were the other words you said in here? I help women take care of the kids, passionate relationships. Do you help people like
with their relationship with their partner
and relationship with themselves even. So that could be a good one. That could
relationship could be
relationships.
Yes, that could be because it is like how do they be more feminine, so feminine, right? So their husbands can rise and be more of that masculine that they're desiring so much instead of them being in their masculine so all the time.
I love that. Yeah.
Yes, we definitely do a lot of that work.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
I like that.
So we'll clean that up. I think this is perfect. I mean, you don't need to go crazy adding all kinds of stuff in a bio. It's once you clean that up, that will be very clear. Message for details. Your website is in there. I love the photo of you. I always tell people it has to be on Instagram, like close up of your face, or it's disconnected. So I love that. Scrolling through, like we'll go into your recent post, but scrolling through, if you scroll down, I don't know how far back these are. This is what I would call like inconsistent or not a cohesive feed.
Right.
If I were you, you're a business coach, you're a woman wanting to attract other women. This post and this post, like more of this vibe, consistent vibe. Less of these, less of the quotes, less of the stuff, unless you make your own quotes and make it like a thing in there. You know what I mean? Just to keep it consistent. These are obviously like photo shoot pictures, which is totally fine, but you don't need to go do a photo shoot all the time. Like I feel like I saw a picture of you recently and it looked like one that you took yourself. Like these ones even of yourself are good. I think more of your face, because you're attracting women who are looking for connection. And how do we connect through pictures with these pictures of our faces, of us, and really showing your sexy vibe, your professional sexy vibe, like showing that, because then you're going to attract women right away. Like, ooh, look at her. Like I'm attracted to that vibe. So really bringing out your personality and your vibe in your photos, it will be huge for attracting your people. Now I did notice, because I creeped for a second before we got on, that you don't use hashtags. Well, you didn't use a hashtag. Oh,
yes. I forgot to put, I don't. I haven't been using any hashtags. Yeah.
So hashtags are just, it's how people find you. It's how you become searchable. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like it needs to be a non-negotiable for everybody to have hashtags, to use hashtags, because that's just how on Instagram people are going to find you. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll go through a few of the first recent posts, just because they're probably the most relevant. And I think you said you just posted this one.
I just posted it. And so like, I didn't even think, and Ben is leaving for elk hunting. And he just told me like 2 hours ago, he got invited. So so I was like, so I wasn't thinking about hashtags.
It's all good. So I get it, but this is what I tell everybody when you post to Instagram. Post on Instagram. Well, I know if you're at home, you don't know what's going to happen. Someone's going to distract you, but like give yourself 10 minutes. so you can actually like get really intentionally post, because Instagram is just one of those platforms that they like the little details, the details of the hashtags, the details of being active on Instagram right after you post. You know, the little details do matter. And as tedious as it can feel, it just will make you stand out that much more.
Sure.
But your caption looks amazing. Like the way you put the caption with the emojis and spaced it out, like it looks amazing. You put in the details there. It's just hashtags will help. Love the picture. My whole life changed with just one dream, literally. So this is story post. I love it. And you said a little bit like vulnerable kind of thing. Keeping
because I haven't shared any of this stuff because I've been afraid of what like Ben's family will think. Like, I mean, we broke up 2 relationships, we have kids, and like it was, for other people it was, you know, disturbing, but not for me. Like for me it was magical.
Yeah. So in the dream he was getting married. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And so these types of things, a lot of people have story where they're like, oh, I don't know if I should share it, or people like my family knows about it. It's about other people. It can, you know, it is vulnerable. But in this sense, like if I don't know your family, I don't know him. I know you in a story. So that's what's most important. You know what I mean? And so you're trying to connect to not your family, not necessarily your friends. It's women who need to hear your story. So saying it in a way that you're not using names, you're not tagging people that are in the story, you know what I mean, is obviously you have a boundary around it.
Yeah, in my experience, yes. And I made sure to do it I was like, this is my experience. Like I didn't mention in there like, oh, he had a breakup, or he, you know, like just that we sold our houses, all of the things that I was involved in, but not necessarily in bringing him in his story, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. You're saying it from your perspective, and in my opinion, no one can say, hey, don't do that, or that's wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think for you, because you're attracting women who really want like connection, like I said, more story and more vulnerability is going to be powerful, because women, we like story, we like to feel related to, we like emotion. So the more you can really tap into that, the better.
Yes.
So more posts with that.
Yes.
If I was to cultivate a stronger feed, is more pictures like this. And like even like they can be photos of you, or even like, I don't know if you have, I am telling everyone, like get a diva ring light. It's the best lighting when you are dressed up or you look good. Like there's a selfie. It's great for your feed. Like my feed is, I have professional photos, but so many of my pictures are just the ones I take of me. And it's like nothing beautiful. I didn't get my makeup done. It's just me. You know what I mean? So I think more of these style of photos are going to be huge, because when I consistently see these, I'm getting a vibe. Like if I didn't know you and you weren't in my program, I would be like, she's gorgeous, she's pretty, like the lace, like this is a vibe, she's classy. Like that's what I would think. And I like that vibe. She's professional. You know what I mean? So more of that to create what you want to give off, right? The ones with your family, you can totally still do. Like decide what you want to mix in there. And obviously, like this doesn't fit. This doesn't fit. Yeah, and you know that now, right?
Yeah, yep, exactly. And I was just like posting to keep my thing going, but
there's nothing
without intention.
There's nothing wrong with having a feed that's just you, of your face, or just you, pictures of you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's what mine is, besides the quotes and some graphics. So, because people, especially women, like to see pictures of other women. So that's what I would do is to clean up the feed. And I think that now, even just having the conversation of cleaning this up gives you more clarity of who you're talking to. Because so when you work with clients, you're helping them with their own energy, their own relationships, their own personal relationship with themselves, their confidence. And that in and of itself helps the external, like you said, which is their business.
Right.
So what you had was not clear. And now that you're clear on, okay, yeah, this is what I help women do, I think it's going to help your content become more clear of what you can say. Talk about things in your content and tell me if I looked at 2 posts and I can go deeper, but like connecting how femininity helps your biz. Connecting how your confidence helps your business.
Right. And like feeling like you belong in your body. Like if you're uncomfortable in your body, you're going to be uncomfortable in your business because you're not going to have the confidence.
You can be polarizing and talk about like how high is, and this is where I'm not going to type everything because it's slow, but like how the level of confidence you have is related to how much money you make in your business, or like how successful you are in your business, like stuff like that. And women who are like, oh my God, I'm not confident and I'm trying to run this business and I know that I'm wake up every day and I hate my body, or I have a bad relationship with my partner or whatever, that affects your business. So I think really talk about how these things affect the end goal of like business success.
Yeah. Like being a shitty receiver. If you're a shitty receiver and you're wondering why your husband doesn't buy you flowers, well, there you go.
And I get this because me used to be like masculine energy. No, I don't have time to relax. I don't have time to put on lingerie. I don't have time for any of this. Nuh-uh.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh shit, this is affecting all of my life. So I totally get this right now.
Yeah, right.
And so many women see it. But for me, this is great because I was in this place. I needed to hear it from a place of, well, 1, it's screwing up your relationship, but 2, it's affecting, for very goal-oriented women, their goals.
Right.
So it's talking about releasing, about releasing, talking about letting go, talking about not being so hung up all the time. Stuff like that is going to relate to your ideal person, because your ideal person is someone who's not tapping into these things and is stuck, who wants to tap into these things, who wants to feel better, but thinks she needs to focus on building the business, focus on the strategy, focus on the website, focus on this, and this. You're like, yes, right? So express that in your content.
Yeah.
Is this helping?
Yeah, that's totally it. They're like so rigid and like externally focused and driven.
So you can literally start posts with like to the female entrepreneur who can't stop hustling, or like to the woman who like is working nonstop but not seeing results, to the woman who like started a business and now all of a sudden she never has time for her man or her family, like, because that's literally who you're talking to. You could start off posts like that. It's like to the woman who blah blah blah, and then dive deep into like, I know how you're feeling, or you know what I mean, and then talk about how these things are going to help you actually see the results you want. Because saying like, I know you want the business results, I know you're a big achiever, you're a high achiever, you have big goals, you want the money, you want the success, but you've let go of the other things that I know you still value. So what if you could have it all? Right? A woman who wants it all. You can. Let's bring yourself back to this. Stuff like that. I would really gear your content to speaking to that woman and talking about how those things are going to help. Because at the end of the day, she still wants to reach her goals. She still wants the success and all these things. So yeah. And I don't know so these are from a while, 6 days ago. So I would say, you don't need to go delete things, but I would say focus more on pictures of you and to fill your feed up like that. And you know what to say in the captions now, and even so better, cleaning up. And
it's just now actually allowing myself to say these things. Like there was a big blockage before of not clarity, which is well, and that's why like this post, those 2 posts is about like who stole my voice. Like I was ashamed. Like it was shame, right? It was shame. So I don't know, it's gone.
This is huge. Okay,
Yeah.
so I love this picture of you. I feel like you're gonna have to rebrand now because
Mhm.
you're not life coach astrologer.
Yeah. And I can just take that off because I can, because I created it.
Right. So take it off and make a new one.
Yeah.
So what I would do is because I can tell you have really nice branded, like I really love this photo of you. Do you have multiple pictures of you in this outfit?
Hmm.
So I would make
Yeah.
this almost like your new profile picture on Facebook. And if you have other photos of you in this same outfit, create a new, oh, you have like this one,
Hmm.
create a new banner. And I feel like I'm picturing something a little bit more, or I don't know if you want to outsource someone to make it look real badass. Like,
I have Shauna. So Shauna is the one who did my logo.
okay, so this logo,
Yeah.
okay,
Yep.
so why don't you reach out to her and say, get her to not just make a logo, but make a banner, a new banner.
Yeah.
And
And
you could have or you could keep your main profile, your name, but now, yeah, then just change the text to what we did the Instagram, or you could make it a I help statement. But I think for right now, if you just put it like biz and relationship coach, I think that's fine because it keeps you clean enough and clear enough, but also broad enough where you can play with different things. Because
hmm
you might develop a program that's not about business at all, that's only about, I don't know, femininity or whatever, but you might attract women who also want business help as like one-on-one clients.
hmm
You know what I mean? So it
yeah.
gives you that freedom to play around with your offers. That makes sense. So
Mhm.
cleaning up the banner and then having your profile picture match the banner in terms of the outfit just
Okay.
cleans it up.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Sure.
Awesome. And then I think everyone, and this is advice for everybody, the same content on Instagram as on Facebook is completely fine. I know you're not doing it, but some people copy and paste the damn hashtags on their Facebook.
Right.
And I'm saying this not
Drives
for
me
you, I'm
nuts.
saying it for the people who do it. Facebook doesn't need 30
Hashtag.
hashtags. It doesn't need any hashtags. We don't need to do it. So yes, so I think that your feed is great. And then on Facebook, you just have more opportunity to like, you could do, you know how you can do the statuses now that are like have the black background or the colored background and the status is just like a bold statement. Why don't you
Yeah.
play around with like adding bold statements and bold statuses that have to do with what's in line with your branding and who you're speaking to? Like something as simple as, I don't know how vibey and sassy you are, but like saying something like, hey girl, if you're not, happy in the bedroom, you're probably not happy in your business. Or if you're not happy in your business, like stuff like that, that's like, whoa, oh my God, that's me. I know you work with Olivia, right?
Yeah.
And she's very bold and she's very like, says it how it is. So like, I'm sure you
Yeah.
are attracted to Olivia for some type of way, for her boldness, her like, oh my God,
Yeah.
she's speaking about this stuff. You're the same. So I would, in between all this content that you're sharing, add in like statuses, add
Sure.
in, you I feel like Facebook, you could do more posts that are less, this is for everybody, less thought out than you would on Instagram, and more of like, hey, this is what I'm doing today. Like, I don't know if you have like tonight, like, or if you have like a glass of wine at night with your man, and it could be like a picture, like that's in line with your brand, but also shows your life. You're embodying what you talk about. Does that make
hmm
sense?
Yes.
So a mixture
Yes.
of like the sculpted post, and like I could tell you thought about this caption, which is fine, but also just like, here I am tonight with my man. Here I am this morning, that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yes. And that's the thing that I, through this whole program have realized, like, I got away from taking selfies and all of that stuff. And now I need to get back into like, oh yeah, here's what I'm doing. Like show the people how I'm living my life as this woman. Like it's possible, like showing them it's possible.
Yeah.
And like telling them the bold statements.
Yeah.
that they're like, oh my God.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what I have found, and I had a one-on-one call with one of my clients before this, and I said this to her, is when I think of, and I always bring up the two different examples, I bring up Amanda Francis and I bring up Melanie Ann Lair, and I'm like, how many times, or what is their content? Their content is story and sharing their life. And we don't ever once question if they're an expert because of how powerful their story is and just how amazed we are by their life. Yeah. So that doesn't mean we have to think, oh, my life is boring, my life isn't good. It's really just showing people our life, right? Mm-hmm. So that sharing is so powerful because it just shows that you embody what you teach. You don't just teach it, you embody it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be a huge caption. It could just be, this is what I'm doing tonight. This is who I am this weekend. Does this make sense? So more of that on your Facebook and then on your Instagram story. Are you using your Instagram story? I didn't even go to.
I am, and it carries over to Facebook. And so these were a little bit more in line with my vibe, right? These captions, and I like the sloth.
What? I didn't. I'm not
the
judging.
Sloth. Yeah,
like,
it's
look
my
at
spirit
my
animal.
I compete with no one if what I do threatens you. Yeah. So you've got a sassy vibe. You've got like, I'm here, I'm a woman, I show up. Like, show this off more. Like, don't just share other stuff. Create the stuff yourself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. Like, you are that woman. And I know there's some like fears or like holding back or like whatever, but for everybody, show what you love. Like, show you that you are this woman. Be the person that people are going to be sharing your stuff on their stories because they're like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then, like, because I'm a mom and I am like creative and I am trying to create fun, right, for the kids. So then what do I do? Do I share Elf on the Shelf? Like the creative things that we do for the kids with Elf? Or like, do we leave that out? Because it's really like, it's not part of the brand, but it is, because it's about like, that's one of the biggest, that's why that's my biggest why, is because then I'm a better mom and I want my kids to have a better life. Right. Yeah. So like
I see people nodding right now. So yeah, share, because you're attracting moms, you're attracting women who want to feel sexy, who want to feel badass, but are also a mother. And you're showing them that they can be all of those things.
Right. So right. And so, yes. So like this would even be a post, because I could post a picture of our Elf on the Shelf. And I used to be too exhausted and hate the freaking thing because I'd be like, I don't want to do it or whatever. I didn't have the energy to like be creative, to actually show the cool, like be the fun, like create the fun stuff.
Yeah. It's all part of it. And it just came to me now, even a post of like, there's like you badass you, there's like you sexy you, and then there's you mom life. And you could say like, you know, I'm all of these things and I love all parts of these things and I don't have to sacrifice one for the other. I'm all of them. Something like that, you know, because I think women who desire all of it, then this is what exactly you're going for, is they get caught up in one and then they forget about the other parts. But it's like, you can be all the parts. It's just about navigating when to be each one and how to bring out each one powerfully.
Yes.
Is this helpful? Is this good?
Yeah. It's okay. So good. Yeah.
35 minutes recorded. Okay. Is there any questions right now? I think cleaning up the Facebook with the branding is huge. Adding in those things, and cleaning up the Instagram bio, cleaning up this, and hashtag, getting consistent, posting every day. Well, like my rule of thumb is 5 to 6 times if you're trying to grow. And I don't know if you saw, because I know I'm not sure if you were live or the recording for the Hashtastic. Look into that and play around, look into what other people are using in your industry for hashtags, like femininity, look into stuff like that, see what comes up, like even see what comes up with sexuality coach, relationship coach, feminine energy, see what comes up and play with with different categories of hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
Is that helpful? What are people saying? Classy with amazing lingerie underneath. I love it. Fiercely feminine. Exactly. I totally get the masculine energy bit so much. Plus elf on the shelf. People love holiday posts. Yes, that's one of the things. It's combination who you are, sexy, feminine. I love it all. I see a circle link there on IG for do you have a podcast?
I don't have a podcast. I should at some point. That's probably something I would do at some point. Yeah.
But that's where you're sharing, like when you were guests on them?
Yeah.
In that
yes.
In that highlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. I think the biggest thing for all of this was clarity on who you're attracting and what you're actually doing with them and how to put that into words. And with that is now going to help clarify your content.
Mm-hmm.
Is this good?
Yes, it's great. Yes.
Any other questions? If questions come up, post in the group. But I feel like that's the biggest thing. There's no tearing apart of stuff. It was just cleaning things up, realizing who you're actually talking to, and now the clarity of your content is like boom.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited.
Okay, amazing, cool.
It doesn't seem so scary anymore.
Good. That's the goal, because I know what holds people back is it's scary. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we're good. If we're here for it, we're here to be a little courageous. Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. Because then I would be able to share all this stuff right to LinkedIn too, because I mean, their business, right? Yeah. Good
okay.
Stuff. Awesome.
Amazing. Okay. Who is on? Chris is on. Erica's on. Who else is getting audited? I can't even think. Jennifer. Okay. So let's go, Erica. I'll unmute you.
Hey.
And let's just go to my handy dandy. I've got everything set up here, but everything gets slow when I'm on.
I'm in comfy mode right now. I went to a different chiropractor today to kind of help my spine, and I'm just really like energetically tired and sore from it. So I just need to be in comfy mode right now.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm good. And then I popped on late on the alpha to alpha, and I'm like, I don't know why Melanie was sad. So don't tell me. I need to go watch it later.
I missed the first 10 minutes, so I'm not quite sure why she was sad either.
Okay.
Maybe she's still grieving from that friend she lost last week.
Yeah. Okay. So your goal, so I'm just going to go over everyone's goals, like what you guys wrote to me. So transition from just being personal to where I communicate to others who I am, who I'm becoming, what I care about by doing this. And yes, you do not need to lose your goofy self. You can still be your goofy self while you help other people. I just want you to remember that.
Because that's who I am. I mean, I'm very intellectual, very philosophical, I can be very passionate, but I'm still a big goofball. That's just who I am.
And I love it. And I love that you say, I'm trying to attract me, because we all tend to attract who we are.
Right.
I say all the time, who's my ideal client? Well, then I describe her and I'm like, it's me. I want people like me, right? So I love that. Similar qualities. Age doesn't matter. Okay. People who always want more, ambitious, understand, expand the world. People are fucking smart. My people create, people talk. Yes, I love this. Okay. What vibe? So inviting people to come into my space, funny, sometimes silly, challenging, celebratory. I want them to feel happy. Yes. Connection. I have about half of my high school class on my Facebook page, but I don't care anymore. Most of them are very conservative and yes, we don't care about those high school people.
We really
My followers on IG are different. It's more of a mashup since I changed my bio and started intentionally posting. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's dive into your Instagram yes. So
I should clarify for everyone that I do not have a business yet. It's just sort of been coming together the last 2 months. It's like, I do have something to offer people. So it's like, how do I transition this? How do I brand? I mean, I'm doing all the things and trying to come up with what is my offer? What can I offer people? And how do I want this to come across?
And the thing is, like I talked about in the branding one, is like you're creating this now. So the vision of what your brand, like your professional brand, is going to look like might not be clear right now, but as you're getting more clarity on who you are, who you want to talk to, what you want to talk about, that professional branding or what you're going to call something or what your program is going to be is going to come out as you're creating every single day, as you now have a new intention for showing up. Okay? So a voice inside a body. So I would change this to, you can have Erica in there, but then you could put a dash. And do you have a title you want to call yourself right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have a title yet.
Okay. So then you don't have to change it until you know. But when you know, that's the place that you would say blah, blah, blah coach or blah, blah, blah mentor.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. That's just the place where you would put it. So what I would do though is right now, within your posts and your content, I know that you're saying like, you're not selling yet. That's okay. How would you say you help women?
The way I help women is that a lot of women are raised through society or by their parents or their spouses to not have opinions, to swallow down what their desires and needs are, and think that they cannot have in life what they really want, or they are not allowed to express what they want to express. And that manifests in mental illness, it manifests in physical disease. And I want women to understand that it's okay to have desires. It's okay to speak what you want, but there must also be the emotionally intelligent side that goes along with it. Their life can be so much more satisfactory and make the lives of them around them much more satisfactory when they can be who the hell they are.
So I would, that's freaking amazing. And I also didn't say that I love this picture of you, but I'm just going to say it now.
That was my wedding day selfie.
I love it. I would take out all of this and make a statement, something, and again, we can clean it up. But from what I'm hearing from what you said is like, I help women find their voice, find their identity, find their confidence, I help women, be unapologetic about their desires, like stuff like that, so they can what? What's the result of that?
They can expand into the woman they were meant to be.
Okay, so I help women find their own voice and be there, and have something like, and have unapologetic. You don't have to use this exact words. We can switch it up. Desires, so they can stop holding back.
Right.
Something like that. And so because right now you don't have specific offers or specific things right yet, it's okay that this can feel a little like not specific, but it's much more specific than what is there now. And it's when someone finds you and reads that, they're like, oh my God, yes, she's going to talk about how it's okay to want what I want, and it's okay to have my voice. It's okay to be me. People are going to know, like, this is what you talk about.
Right. I think a lot of times too as well, women don't even realize that they're not using their voice. It's so drilled into us. They don't even realize that they're not asking for what they want. They don't know what they want. It's so weird. Anyway, we're off topic.
No, and I totally get that. I totally agree. So cleaning that up, I think will just help look professional and be more clear in what it is you do. Linking to your Facebook, which is amazing. Okay, so you want to create warm, inviting, like come into my space type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you need to post more of you, less of this. I mean, I'm really happy to be on your feed, but I don't need to be on your feed. That's an IG story post.
Right. I was sharing for you.
I know, you're amazing. So I feel like you could create a beautiful feed. Your colors, even without looking at the Christmas tree, I feel like your colors are like, I don't know. I feel like your colors are warm.
Yeah, I do too. Like when
Like warm purples or browns and golds, and like I feel like those are your colors. Warm colors. And I feel like if you cultivated a feed of pictures of you, what if, because I've seen that you like to share like these quotes, or you're sharing other things, like, but what if you made them your own?
right, like on that quote, the caption was that I recopied it, and then I posted my reflection. It's like, how does this apply into your life? How are you choosing to see things, and thereby creating the reality that you're living in?
So, but for this picture, you found this picture and then reposted it, right?
I did.
So what I would do instead is I would either, so you could choose to, like, you could use stock photos that say don't have this quote on it, but are really like fit your branding, like this moody vibe, this warm vibe.
Yeah.
And then have this, because this quote is already in, you put it in the caption as well.
Sure.
And just make the caption match the vibe.
Okay. Or it could be a photo of me, and
right.
then type the quote and give credit, and then have my reflection.
So you could decide how you want your feed to be. Your feed could be all of you, or it could be a mixture of you and other stock photos. I'm trying to think of an Instagram person who does this.
People who kind of have like that checkerboard effect where it crisscrosses.
So it doesn't even have to be checkerboard. It could be just a mixture of things. Like, I'm thinking, I don't think, like, Aislinn, she's kind of similar to what I do. It's a lot of her, but all the quotes are the same. So it's all white it's all white background with black font.
Got it.
Then see, it's no checkerboard. You don't have to do a checkerboard theme, but it still has this vibe.
Consistency. I get that. Yeah.
It's consistency. Yeah. So if you were to, so then it's like, doesn't always have to be pictures of you, right? So you could even go into, like, I'm just looking at a site that gives stock photos, like, and you can Google it and you can get them for free or whatever. And so, for example, what would be, like, what kind of landscape attracts to you? Like, I would say,
I like things of space. I like things of beaches at night where you see the sun setting, and like a palm.
So, like, you could go in, and I just put in stars and nighttime,
yeah.
And you could use, like, these are all stock photos that you could use. And I think, like, if you find ones that you're like, oh, that's my vibe, or I love that, like, you could use it as that's your post that day, but the caption is whatever. Like, if you don't want to do pictures of you all the time, or you could use this photo, and you could use Canva or WordSwag and put your own quote on it.
Right.
So I think a mixture of pictures of you with, I would search stock photos, and either use as is or add your own text to it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And then we don't need to share pictures of food. You know this now. We don't. This is IG story stuff. For you, IG story stuff. But
okay, so IG story can just be my fun day-to-day things, like maybe what I would post on. Okay.
Yes.
Food day-to-day is IG story.
Okay. So, real women, healthy lives. I'm just reading what else you wrote on here. Attract not just women who are already coaches, but women who are wanting to just begin the journey of connecting with like-minded women. Yeah. So you are helping. So your content then was really focusing on. So your content should focus. Where's my document? On helping women find their voice. How else are you helping women? Just right now, helping in your content. Helping doesn't have to mean you're selling a program or coaching right now. We're all helping in our content. So what are you saying in your content that's helping women?
recognizing situations where they have choices, and their choices can impact how their life is. That sounds too vague. Like going back to that one quote, it's like, how are you choosing to see things? Outlook, mindset, self-empowerment. I'm just kind of riffing here.
So no, this is all good, because you know what? You have space to talk about so much in so many different ways. And you have space right now to, like, and I mean space as in the opportunity, as you're not really like crazy niche down. You're not crazily selling something right now. So right now is an opportunity to focus on quote unquote mindset, but you do have a specific target, as in it's women who are, it's a lot of finding their own voice. And because that means power in choices, perspective, communication, stuff like that. So you could, your content should be geared towards that kind of thing. And your story of ... all of the stories you have in your own, like how you found your voice, how you became unapologetic about what you wanted, how you know, whatever stories you have.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I think cleaning this up, you can leave this as Erica right now just because there's no title. And then just start, you don't have to go delete things, just start integrating a feed that you want to be a very cohesive, quote unquote, cohesive feed of you, playing with stock photos, playing with quotes, playing with stuff like that, and then getting rid of the stuff that doesn't need to be there. Just weaving that, adding that to your story.
Okay. Do I need to go down in my feed and get rid of the things like blueberry pancakes and Bujo supplies?
If you want to go get rid of it, go get rid of it. But you don't have to, because if you're consistent now posting, your feed is just going to slowly turn into a cohesive feed where people just know what it is. Like I never went back from day one and deleted stuff that didn't make sense. I just kept it. But I just got more consistent with time. So you don't have to, but you can if you really, really want to.
Okay. So like the Christmas pics, that's something that would go in story, but not my feed, correct?
If it was a picture of you in front of your Christmas tree, then that would be a cool post for a feed. But like these would be your story.
Got it. And they were on my story. I kind of did both.
Okay.
Playing around, trying to learn the interface.
Totally get it. So feed is you, and I would say play around with quotes and stock photos. The Christmas stuff, unless you're the forefront of the photo and it's the background, then keep your story and then keep it off the feed. But on Facebook, this is where things can be a little bit different, and I'll get into that in a second. So I would, honestly, I say do it before you're actually doing it. I would get a cover photo. If you want to hire Shauna, or I always tell people to hire, don't try and make it ourselves. It never works as good as we like. It's like, just give Shauna a few photos of you and say, can you make a photo for my cover photo? And it literally just needs to be your name. Right. Like a photo of you with your name. Like, if I just had, I'll show you like mine, which needs to be changed without the words here, just Stephanie Schultz.
Right.
If you did that for yours, it doesn't matter that, okay, well, what are you? Because it just, when people go to your page, it's like, oh, this is professional. Oh, like Erica is somebody. Like, you know what I mean? And I think right now, if you add that little element to your Facebook, it's going to show that you are creating something, you're doing something to help people. Even if you don't have the exact statement of what it is quite yet, it's still setting that vibe right away where people are going to follow you for what you have to offer.
Okay. Quick question regarding Shauna. I know she offers all kinds of services. Is there like can you like guess what a ballpark price would be just to do a cover photo?
Very, very cheap. This is how bad it is that I don't look at the pricing of things when I pay for it.
That's a blessing for you, lady.
Not a lot. It's like, I want to say it's no more than $100. Like, and I think that's pushing it too. Like
Okay, got it.
like it's very affordable. And I say Shauna because I use Shauna. You could use any graphic designer you enjoy, but
Okay.
yeah, it's very good. And something like that with a classic photo that you love of yourself and just with your name is something you can use forever.
Got it.
Cool. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, so these, like, there's the, what do you, like, bios on Facebook, but they
Yeah.
don't really show up as powerfully on Facebook as they do on Instagram, so I'm not as picky about it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Sure.
So I would keep that as that, or if you want to change it, you totally can. I think I saw this on your page today and totally laughed, this video, or whoever I see this video.
Cracked. I'm trying not to post the silly stuff as much, but it was really worth it because I was crying laughing, and it was totally worth the endorphin hit.
100%. So what I'm seeing just from scrolling is not enough of you.
Okay.
And that's, I know, okay, so on December 9th, there's you, and I love it. And look, how much more engagement this got compared to when you're sharing other stuff.
Right. And like if I share something serious that happened in my life, I'll get like between 70 and 100 likes and comments and things. I mean, when I really share my thoughts and what's going on, the difference is massive.
Oh yeah. So that's one, because people connect with story. People connect with real life stuff. So that's powerful. And that goes in alignment with what you really want to do, is help people share.
Right.
So more of your stories, more of you, more pictures of you. And so in general, and like even this, like this was like what, a date night, or you went out, like people loved it.
Larry performed in his community choir. There's my guy. So I was just sharing, like 84 likes. Everyone loves Larry.
Like that's just like Eric. If I posted Eric, people would just be like, it's a million likes. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So what I would say is more of you, more of story, and up here, like less sharing of stuff. Like, was this a shared post or you posted the picture?
I don't remember. You're going so fast. I can't.
Sorry. This is how I work the internet, hyperspeed.
I probably shared it.
So shared posts, just my advice is make sure they're in alignment with your branding, alignment with your messaging. That's my advice.
Okay.
And I think it's okay to like add the humor here and there. Like this was a viral video that, look, it has 60,000 views, like share that, but
right.
just be more intentional with the things that you're sharing on your feed, because when people find you, they're going to go scroll, and right away, like, I don't see you for the first little bit, I'm going to be like, nah, disconnect it.
Okay.
Right?
Like the newspaper article about the piece we just performed. Everyone here in Birmingham knows I'm a classical singer. I sing in the chorus that performs the CSO. So that for me is my life, but I don't.
So what I would do then is, you know how I would share this?
Story?
I would share it, a picture of you, and say, I'm so excited about this article that just came out. It's linked in the comments, and put it as the first comment.
Got it.
So then it's like, ooh, there's Erica. It's a simple statement, like, I'm so excited about this whatever article, and you post it in the comments of that post. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
The post itself is going to get more attraction because you posted it. Here you posted a link. Links tend to get less engagement when we post them on Facebook. Tip for everybody. Links, you don't put links, put them in the comments, because Facebook just doesn't like links. Facebook likes direct pictures and captions.
That's a good one to know.
Yeah. So if you want to share a link, put it in the comments.
So here's an example. So let's say it was a performance night, and I've got my dress on, makeup's done, hair's done, I'm at the hall. Is that something I post on my feed or something that goes into story?
On Facebook, that is your feed. And I would say something, because that's you living a freaking amazing life, all dolled up, and it's shown like that's part of you. So
Okay,
I would
now
post
for Instagram, where would that go?
if your message with that picture is just I'm out for the night, then on your story, but you could use that picture as a picture for a post, but the caption might be something different, more alignment with what you're talking to your ideal people about.
Okay. And I could also interweave sticking with that, because part of the whole voice inside a body. Can I tell the story behind that?
Yeah.
Because it's really amazing, and I my high school choir director to thank. So when I was a junior in high school, I was auditioning for the Ohio Honors Chorale, which was a group of 32 singers in high school going to Europe to tour for 2 weeks and come back and do the thing. I was just incredibly excited to be part of that. So I sang my piece, and there was a lady on the audition panel. She takes off her glasses. She goes, "That is a voice inside a body."
Wow.
I forgot that, but then my high school choir director, who reminded me of it, it just always stuck with me. And I mean, you've been part of my development. Everything about me is about my voice. I'm either singing, or I'm writing, or I'm speaking. And even my autoimmune disease, the thyroid disease, is right here. So I mean, I am convinced energetically over time, I will heal this the more I let my voice come out.
Wow.
I mean, that's how deeply I feel this. This is who I am.
Have you told this story on social media?
Not really, no. Are you crying?
No, I mean,
You got that look on your face.
well, I meant like you need to tell this story.
Then I'll tell that story.
I think and like, do you do lives a lot on Facebook?
I haven't.
You have a great voice. Like, you speak very good. When you voice note me, I'm like, wow, like like your voice you have a great voice.
Well,
and you explain things very clearly. Like, you're just very good tone, like very good voice, very good intellect, everything. I think that you could start in your time going on live and telling stories, going on live and just sharing, like showing up more.
Just riffing.
Just riffing.
And I know that part of what has made me feel that I can be of service to people is that throughout my life, but especially the last few years, literally strangers will walk up to me in stores and stuff and just start talking to me. And I feel some sort of answer or response to them being channeled. Sort of like how Melanie explains it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, obviously, I'm not at her level. I could be. But the fact that I just know that after the conversation has ended, I've given them some sort of peace or comfort. So I know I have something special to offer. It's just kind of cool.
It's not about knowing, it's about the confidence of being like, I have something to offer.
Right. Offer it. And all the emotional intelligence work I've done, I couldn't do that without that work, because as you know, you take on people's emotions, like their problems are my problems. They're not my problems. I'm simply the vessel for the message. Mm-hmm. And I can care and I can love, but those aren't my problems. Mm-hmm. So it's just really amazing, this whole journey of working with you and Melanie and now Stella. It's like all coming together. I'm like so psyched about it.
I feel like you're like here and it's about to explode. Like
I'm totally there.
It's just all happening.
I'm trying to do all the work, but yes.
Yeah. No. And so the thing is, because you have a large network, like I've known you for however long now, right? We've been connected on Facebook.
A year and a half, yeah.
You have a large network of people who follow you because they've met you in other programs, but they follow you and they're friends with you because they love you, because of how you show up in the programs. So it's not a surprise. It will never be a surprise to me that if you start showing up a little bit more, like the attraction you get now from your story posts and your lifestyle posts, if you show up even more and show up like teaching and showing up, sharing your wisdom, people are going to love it. And that's all you have to do right now to build. And you don't know exactly what the program is going to be or what you're going to sell, but you're building a foundation right now. So the moment you figure that out, you've got people watching and waiting and they're there.
Right.
I want to see what everyone's talking about because I don't see the chat. Okay, that's amazing. So true, all the things. Mary says, Steph, I had a work Christmas party the other night and shared a photo in my story the night of, and then made a post a few days later. Do you think that's fine? Yeah. Yeah. So when we have opportunities to look amazing, we're going to take the photos. We're also going to be in the moment of on the story, here I am going to my work party, or here I am going out for dinner, and then use that photo for a feed post, but the caption could not be like, oh, I went to dinner last night, but the caption could be about whatever you want to say, like something more geared towards your audience. And Angie's like, I love that story. It's a beautiful story, to Erica.
Thank you.
So with you've gained a lot of clarity, but there's still gaps, but there's room for you to still fill the gap. But from where you've brought your clarity now of like what I want to say kind of right now, does that help you with how to show up on the platforms?
A lot better, yeah.
Okay.
I just wasn't quite sure how much I should say, or in what direction, or how much to share in detail, or is it just the overall vibe I'm trying to express right now?
Right now, I think listen to your intuition with the overall vibe. Like you found a new, like, oh, this is the direction I'm going. Let's go with this direction, both in like realization type posts, like this is what I've learned in my life, story posts, and just like what I'm doing now, because people love who you are and love your experiences and love you and Larry and like love stuff like that. So that combination, but adding in just not being like, I am now a professional in this and I now teach this, but just in a casual way of like,
that would totally not be me.
right. But just in a casual way of bringing up these topics, people are going to be intrigued and just naturally look at you as a leader in this specific area because of how you talk powerfully of what you know about, of what you teach about.
Right. May I have like a minute to discuss like an insecurity I have here?
Absolutely.
So part of my journey, and now that it's kind of coming to this and it feels so settled, is that I tried to fit into that corporate mold for so many years. Okay, I'm 49 years old. So I played with the corporate thing for a really long time, even though I was a creative. And I kind of knew I did not want to be a professional vocalist traveling the world, because I'm a homebody. I like to be home, love my cats, love my friends, love my family. So I knew that wasn't it, although I had to have music. So I tried for so many years to be part of the corporate thing. And like Melanie's been talking about, when you're meant to lead yourself, when you have unaligned leaders, it can make you sick. It drives you insane. Like you're trying so hard to fit in. You're trying so hard to be that person who does the good job, and all it does is like make them mad at you. Because you're trying to help and it doesn't work. So I have tried so many things in my life, and I have the insecurity. Like recently, I got my real estate license this summer, and it was divinely timed, finding the house that I was guided to, selling Larry's Fixer Upper. I mean, it's all been part of the process of creating evidence of if I'm courageous and I do this thing, I now have evidence that I can do the thing. It's perfect. I don't want to be a real estate agent. So I've put myself out there as so many things, so many different times. I have this fear that people are going to be like, oh, here comes Erica being bullshitty and trying to do something new yet again. But this is the thing that feels the most natural to me, because this is who I am.
So I feel like the whole time you've shared your journey. The whole time you've shared, this is what I'm doing now, this is what I'm doing now, this is what I'm doing now. And so if now your fear is, if I share this, people are going to be like, oh, this is just a new thing.
Yes, that's how I feel like people are going to see me.
You know what, you don't have to give an explanation, and no one's thinking that, because most people, honestly, I think on your friends list see you as the woman they see in the programs. Who I see in the programs I'm in with you, like as a client beside you, client to client, I see you as a leader in those programs.
Well, thank you.
I see you as, oh, she has an online business, obviously. But that's how I see you. And the women that you have, most of the women in your network see you like that. I promise you.
I did not know that. I always assumed people were friending me just to up their network numbers.
That's insane. We want quality network numbers, not just like, let's get numbers. So people were like, we want Erica in our network. Hello, Erica. Like, no way.
So shy now.
Now you're like, here I am. Tomorrow you're gonna just show up. This is who I am. This is what I do.
Bitches.
Hello. Like, I had the same insecurity when I started talking about business, when I was only talking about fitness. I was like, people are gonna think, oh, who does she think she is? Blah, blah, blah. It's a big story. But when you follow what you've said, like, it feels so good now, it's gonna feel so good and be so powerful for you. And it's going to feel right, and people are going to feel the difference of, like, this is truly Erica. This is, like, truly her voice.
Right. Like, literally, figuratively, metaphysically,
Yes.
energetically, the whole bit. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get the insecurity. I get it. But I think when you just slowly start to put it out there and see that it's not so bad, and no one's going to message you and be like, excuse me, where's this coming from? Like,
Right.
you're going to be better.
And those aren't our people anyway.
They're not our people.
And we're going to be okay.
And we're going to be okay. Now we're all going to cry.
Right.
We're all going to be okay.
We're all going to be okay. Thank you so
You're
much.
so welcome. Okay. So the other ladies who are getting audited aren't on here. But so I'm trying to think, do I want to do it without them, or do I want to reschedule all of these?
Well, I can tell you as a client, having this experience and talking with you, that's very valuable.
That's what I was thinking too. Because Trisha, that was valuable. It's like really late for Mata. Jennifer might be working. Krissa was on and she said she had to leave. So there's 3 others that I'm going to schedule because I think they should be live. I think they should be live because if I did it not live, it won't be as beneficial, and I want them to get the benefit.
And it would be one-dimensional?
No, like all together.
No, what I mean is if you just did it yourself and were telling them what to do, it would be very one-dimensional. It would have no depth.
Yeah.
I mean, it would, but you know what I mean? It's like you interacting with Trisha and you interact with me, it like takes the 3D.
Yeah,
right.
No, 100%. So that's totally fine. We'll do that. But while we're on here, is there anything else that you want? You're like, well, okay.
What do I want?
Mary Grace or Angie, do you guys have any questions? I'm glad that you guys showed up, but I really think it's powerful having the ladies on because then I can hear really what you're going for, really what the vibe is, what the concerns are, because there's mindset pieces to all of it, which is really, really powerful. So for Erica and even for Trisha, it's just like cleaning up and then just clarity, cleaning up the things and clarity.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not sure if Angie's typing. Sometimes I can tell like when they're on the phone typing. Oh, I don't think so, but I'm loving watching these, really learning, even if it's not my own. And that's really good. That's really good. Okay. I'm just going to wait a second.
I love learning from other people's examples because you may not be thinking of it as an issue of yours at that moment, but it can trigger a thought that goes into something else. It's really, I love it.
100%. Yeah. That's why I say, like, for certain things, like the little tactic things in the bios or the name, it's like for everybody, like do this, or for everybody, think of this. So yeah. Okay. I don't know if Angie's typing or not. It feels like it's a long thing.
Are you typing, Angie?
Oh, here we go. I'm genuinely interested in hearing everyone's stories and journeys, and they can relate to me. Yes, it's helping me think outside the box. Yeah, this is huge too, because like Erica's aha moments, you're like, oh, it brings up something for you that you're like, oh, I could share this, or it's relatable. So it's very powerful. So, well, we're just going to keep getting bonus trainings for everybody because I'm going to make a new training to make sure the other ladies can be on, and we'll bust out the other 3 at a different time.
Awesome.
Okay, well, thank you ladies for being on. I'm excited. This was amazing. And I'll see you guys when I do the next one.
Okay.
Okay? See you guys in the group. Okay, bye.